Hey, Jay here. We got some tips on changing the oil in your KTM or Husqvarna 250, 300 XC, two-stroke models, and really, you know, quite a few years. But it's a tip that really revolves around if you have a skid plate on there that's a hassle to take off and you're sick of draining the oil. For years, we've rigged up paper plates and different things, paper cup, plastic cups. We've, rigged up in there. This guy, Tokyo Off-Road, makes a really cool device that he's made to help make that oil changing a lot cleaner and less mess and just less hassle. So we're going to show you how we do that right now. Relatively inexpensive product for what it is. It's like 35 bucks, and we just bought this one, and I think it's a pretty good deal for what you get. We'll show you how to use it right now and just make this oil change a lot quicker and less mess for sure, a little easier. You do have to pick up the bike back and forth, but we're used to doing that because I crash a lot. So anyway, check it out. Okay, so now we've laid the bike over, which is pretty simple, and most people are used to doing that. We do it when we wash the bikes, and then you're going to break this loose. I should have broke it loose before I got on camera so I could look stronger than I am. So got your drain bolt here, everybody's used to that, and it has a washer. I like to pull it up in one fell swoop so I don't ever lose that washer. It's a good idea to change that washer somewhat regularly because it gets, and I like to clean this bolt off. It has a little magnet here with some junk on here. Our oil is going to look a little dirtier than normal because been frying the clutch, getting stuck on some big hill climbs and stuff. So now here's the cool part. We're going to put this little device in here like so, and you just spin it on. It has a little O-ring on the end of it so that it's going to seal when you thread it in. And I don't think you got to get it terribly tight. This is actually my first time using this particular one, so it's kind of cool. You just get it snug here with this knurled part right here. It's just kind of nice. And then we're going to set this up here and then pick up the bike. So we'll just go like so. Pick up the bike, and then you should start to see a bunch of oil come pouring out. Now, one thing that I kind of noticed here is with my kickstand in the way, I'm going to have to kind of rig something up like to hold this up here at a nice place. Let me see that there stand. Keep that camera on there nice. I'm thinking something like, oh yeah, that's looking good. So I should have probably warmed up my bike first, but we're going to let this drain. We'll report back to you when we get it done draining. I like to turn the bike over just a hair. I'll give it a little blip with the throttle, like so. Help stir things around. We'll let this thing drain out for a while. Okay, so I've been holding the bike over. I actually hold on its kickstand a little bit, and like I said, I've kind of kicked the motor over a little bit. It's drained for a while here, so we're plenty drained out. Now, one thing, this cool little feature here is you can plug this back off, and then we're gonna drop the bike back over. And I got sore ribs right now, so it's always fun. And I got this bike stand here to hold the bars. And I can get this out of my way, and I can move our oil out of the way. I got my bolt cleaned off. Now again, the reason we're doing this is because this skid plate, while it's very protective and lightweight and cool, it's a pain to take off and on. And rigging up something to get back in here is kind of difficult. So this is a really good solution, quick, easy deal. And then you could go clean this up on your bench, or just store it someplace where it's sitting like this, leaving the oil in there's not going to be a big deal. We grab our bolt, got our washer on here. Tighten that up just like so. Okay, so we're all set up to fill up our oil. I have a nice little funnel. Got our Kickstarter here to hold it in place. I love showing this because it gets everybody all fired up. There's a bunch of people behind it, and then you got a bunch of people who swear to use something else. This stuff works great. Shell Rotella works really well. I'm not sure why people complain. But it's cheap. I think that's why they're all paranoid, because it's cheap. Also, I found a really cool like beaker style, so I can just use one fell swoop. I have the larger Henson cover, can take a little more oil, so I put in 800 cc's or milliliters, however you look at it there. So we just fill this up like so. A lot of people stress about changing their oil too often, but it's very cheap. An oil change, I don't know if I'm using that oil, it can't be more than $3 an oil change or something. I don't know if it's even that. Throw that back in there. We're gonna put our cap back on. If you have your stock cover, you got your stock cap. I got the Henson cover on here, so put our cap on like so, and just good and snug. Okay, that's all there is to it. Simple deal.